Some countries are smaller than a city block. Yet, they still have flags, passports, and even seats at the United Nations. How do countries this tiny even survive? These are microstates, nations with less land and fewer people than most cities. The Vatican, for example, covers just 0.44 square kilometers, small enough to fit comfortably inside a single neighborhood. Monaco is so compact you could squeeze it into New York's Central Park with room to spare. Despite their miniature size, they function just like full-fledged countries. They have their own governments, they control their own borders, and they each have unique economies that keep them running. So, how did they even come to exist? Well, many microstates are historical survivors and chant relics from a time when Europe was a patchwork of tiny principalities, duchies, and city-states. They're the lucky few that never got absorbed by their larger neighbors as modern nations formed. San Marino, for instance, proudly traces its origins all the way back to the 4th century, making it one of the world's oldest republics. Andorra, nestled in the Pyrenees Mountains, survives thanks to a medieval treaty that placed it under the joint protection of France and Spain, a unique arrangement that continues to this day. Other microstates, particularly the island nations like Nauru and Tuvalu in the Pacific, are much newer. They emerged from the final wave of decolonization in the 20th century, gaining independence as the great European empires dissolved. But existing is one thing, surviving is another. To thrive, these tiny nations have to be incredibly resourceful. They specialize. Monaco, with its glamorous casinos and Grand Prix, sells luxury and high-end tourism to the world's elite. Liechtenstein carved out a niche for itself as a discreet and powerful banking hub, and Tuvalu got really creative. It rents out its valuable internet domain, its TV to media companies around the globe, turning a digital asset into a major source of national income. Of course, they can't go it alone. Most microstates rely heavily on alliances and defense treaties with their much bigger neighbors. They trade a bit of their autonomy for security and stability, often having open borders and using the currency of a larger partner. It's a clever trade-off, size for security. However, being small in a big world comes with modern challenges. Global pressure against tax havens has forced countries like Liechtenstein and Monaco to reform their secretive banking laws. And for island microstates like Tuvalu, the threat is far more existential. Rising sea levels caused by climate change could literally wipe them off the map within a generation. This raises a fascinating and unprecedented question. If a country physically disappears beneath the waves, can its sovereignty, its nationhood, survive online in a digital form? Ultimately, microstates are living proof that power isn't just about size. It's about strategy, adaptation, and creativity. These tiny nations offer a powerful lesson in how history, geography, and sheer ingenuity can keep a country alive against all odds. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world's smallest countries, make sure to subscribe for more global stories like this. And don't miss the next episode in our Recreated Countries series. Thanks for watching.